Wagwan guys, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. I cannot complain myself. So, Young Thug was released. News came that Young Thug is being released from prison, right? So he should be hitting the streets, if not already done so. Okay, and this comes as a shock, surprise, of joy, of course, right? Because this was pretty unforeseen. Nobody could foresee this, right? So it was a long, drawn out trial. The duration of the trial, Young Thug was in prison. Okay. Now, interesting enough, and you know what? I'll say this. When Young Gunna got released, there was a lot of people that was upset because he was walking and Young Thug was not. People had a lot of feelings, right? I reserved my opinion until later, and I believe that proved to be the right thing to do because it just really didn't make sense to me. Just that whole dynamic, that relationship, it really didn't make sense that Gunna would be in the know to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, what would he have known? You know what I'm saying? And I believe the information that came out was that, like, he basically, him snitching was him saying, like, drugs that was in the car when he was pulled over did not belong to him. I believe that was the premise of the snitching, if I'm not mistaken. But interesting enough, I believe it was a rapper that he was close to. I think he worked with in the past, Little Keed from Atlanta. He ended up passing away prior to this trial beginning. And when the trial was actually going on, I believe Rich Homie Quan ended up passing away. So that was two people in a close span of time that was really close to him that passed away. So that was something that he had to kind of handle right during this trial while he's basically fighting for his life. He had close people pass away, so take that in accountability. But you also have to, you know what I'm saying, just you had a district attorney, I believe, basically that planted this whole RICO onto the YSL, right, and created this whole storyline that this guy had to now disprove, right, basically, which it seems like, right, innocent until proven guilty. But then you had her false pedestal that she was standing on, that she erected, and because she was found out, you had that false pedestal be basically found out just to be that, you know what I'm saying? Because now her liability and her word trust is now being held to the fire because it had conspiracy written all over this thing. You know what I'm saying? Just to be simple, conspiracy written all over it. You know what I'm saying? She had found it was something that she ended up not being truthful when she was handling Trump. She's now in bed with people that she's working with, so that has conflict of interest there. Just certain things you can't do. You can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And then just add, what you can also do is you can add in the judge, the first judge that was who started this trial, who started this case. He got recused. He got thrown out. Because what he was doing, he had misconduct allegations, right? Because he was making arguments. He's arguing with the defense, right? He's literally arguing with these guys, all right? If I'm not mistaken, in the defense supposed to argue against the prosecutor, like not the judge. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And then you got basically conspiracy written all over this thing. He's having a meeting with him and the prosecution. They're having a meeting together in his chambers, like, and the defense, guess what? We gonna can it. You guys don't even need to know about it. Somehow this guy finds out and he's like, what is this? You can't do this. Is illegal. You can't do that. You would hope you want your due process. You want, you want the prosecutor. They're gonna do their job. They're gonna try to come after you, but you want to be able to tell your side of the story, prove your innocence, and let the judge look over this well, and then let him make the final decisions or whatever, or be judged by 12, right? And then you have situations like this happen, and you're just in that, and that goes to show you can't, you literally have to watch everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? This is ridiculous. I think it was a deputy that ended up passing somebody some contraband, and I think one of the conversations that was going off is like, was that him basically planting evidence? Could, like, what, you have to be able to sometimes just, like, you know what I'm saying, you could kind of see what's going on. It's just craziness. And after all that took place, I believe what they ended up doing was just giving him probation. I believe his father said he still wish he would have kept fighting or whatever. A lot of money, right? Talking about that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of years, right? Because if he would have fought against it, and I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure how that plays out. I think it was the right thing to do. Whenever you heard that plea deal come in and it was just probation, you're like, what? Yeah, let's do that. You know what I'm saying? What else I got to do for this probation? Let's do that. Okay, let's do that. Really, like, straight up, get these cubs off of me, and I'm going back to my mansion. And you can't play dumb, right? For a certain, and I believe he can't go to Atlanta, right? I believe he can't go to Atlanta. I read something like that. But you have to put yourself in places where you can, thrive. You feel me? I believe he ended up coming out of Atlanta. So that was an environment, even though it was a rough environment, it created the person, that we see today through luck or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that environment, that it created, the diamond, or the state that we see him in today, and him being able to make money and do the things that he's doing, right? I'm basically saying, that I never really thought that Young Thug was basically the leader, and he was shot calling and doing all that stuff and telling people what to do. I think what happened was it was a YSL, and it was basically I don't want to say a gang, but it was, I think isn't that a record label, right? His record label's called YSL, but if I'm not mistaken, right? I don't know if it's like Rich Gang or what. I'm not too sure, right? But the thing is this, look. Thing is this. When you got that many people, when you're running with that many people, see, the other day I made a video and I said this. I said, you never want to ride 4 deep in a car, right? Because when you ride 4 deep in a car, and let's say, it don't matter if you driving, especially, you don't want to ride 4 deep. You know what I'm saying? But now you have to be you're literally accountable for every other guy's decision in that car. If they're going to crack open a container, of alcohol while you're driving, if they're going to, stash something in their car, now the whole car is hot. And you have to really look and, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's that many people. I basically made that example, and I brought that example back up to say, look how many people that he's being held accountable for. That's in the YSL, this label membership, whatever it is, right? Look how many people he's responsible for. And I think it's really, what I'm saying, to a certain level. Of course, all the things that took place that led up to this trial, you know what I'm saying? Led up to this decision, that taking it into accountability as well. But also too, this is, what I'm saying, a lot of things it's just like, hey, let's throw it to the wall and let's see what sticks. And it's not sticking. But that's what I got for you guys. I don't want to make this one too long. Hey man, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Peace, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.